So I tuning into your stream when you're featured on the front page, really loving the commentary. Also, you being a cool dude is a huge plus. Well, thanks for sticking around. That's really awesome. And thank you for the feedback that you hung through after the front page. It's kind of hard to gauge how many people we retain from stuff like that. So thanks for dropping back in again. All right, so what do we have here? So this is a viewer submitted deck list. Like a lot of the things we play on the stream, someone sent this in card for card. I've changed 2 cards in their sideboard. I got us up to a 4th Duress and a 4th Tocatli on our guard. This is similar to Arson. Thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome. This is similar to the build that we've been playing, except it pulls slightly more up the curve. So I'm interested to see how this feels. Instead of playing 2-drop creatures, the curve starting more at 3, and we've got Dawn of Hope, Bloodfast, and a couple of pieces of spot removal here. And this is playing the full sets of Mortifies and Vraska's Contempt, as well as a couple of Eldest Reborns here. So be interesting to see how this one goes. Let's dive into a cube. So we've played Black-White Angels with Tithe Taker and Adanto Vanguard in the 2-drop slot, and I really like that build. We're going to go ahead and see how this build that someone submitted feels. Where's Kaya as the win con? Get out of here, Betty. Thanks for the great content. Keep up the good work. Nammy, thank you very much for the 4-month resub there. I appreciate the third of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, this hand seems fine. This hand, so one of the things that this build is probably going to struggle with aggressive decks more than a little. So I'm interested to see the fact that there's only 2 Moment of Craving to the 75 does worry me a little bit. I know we have 4 Kaya's Wrath, but for Kaya's Wrath, they're really good against the more mid-range aggro decks like Gruul and maybe green-black mid-range. Whereas against something like mono-red, I think this build's really going to struggle because we don't have a lot of meaningful plays before the 3rd turn. That being said, against anything else that's also a mid-range deck, this build's probably better than the build we've been playing because this deck having more spot removal and more quality answers like Eldest Reborn is a big deal. I don't know, Magic. I haven't played either of those enough to know really which one is better or why. I think Blue-Red Drakes is still a fine deck. I think all the decks that were good last set are still going to be good. Alright, so we're going to get a chance to kill this Growth Chamber Guardian here, which is good before it pops off a wet fart and finds a friend. Don't want to miss a land drop there. That's probably a good thing for us. Just going to go ahead and Mortify here. Don't want them to hit the land and then adapt this. That's actually a good comment for my mods. Mods, if you want to help a little bit extra, what Serpy Boy just did there is excellent. Instead of telling people that they broke the stream rules when they timed them out from now on, if mods could let them know in chat, that would be great. And then linking the rules is excellent. Also, keep in mind the deck list is on your screen. One of my favorite things is when people suggest cards that we're already playing. Like, wouldn't this deck just be better if you play this other card that's already in your deck? Why, yes, I think it would be. That's why I'm playing it. That was the wrong land. Should have played the Godless Shrine. I want to play the Angel this turn. And remember, if you get timed out, we're not upset with you. We're just disappointed. It's because we think you can do better, and you should come back in the future and show us that you can do better. Well, so, like, here's the thing, Grief. If they're a good player, they're not going to adapt aggressively there, and then there's a chance that I just don't get to use my mana, which is a real consideration. So I should be 2 points of life higher here if I had sequenced my lands correctly, but I played them out of order. My tapped Godless Shrine should have happened turn 4 when I played my 3-drop, and my Isolated Chapel should have happened on 5. No, I don't think mono red's as good. Let me rephrase. If people respect mono red, it's not nearly as good in best of 3 as it is in best of 1. I always post the final deck list on YouTube, JMP. Always the last one. I can't block here, because if they block, they're going to double it up, and then they'll eat my Lyra. What do you think is the best Super Friends deck? That's an interesting question. I'm not sure. Probably something with Teferi. That card's real messed up, right? Do you have something that punishes this attack? Oh, gosh. Man, that's good. Woof. I wonder if they're playing something close to the... I tweeted a blue-green ooze deck last night. What they played so far seems pretty close to that. Do you think minus a Contempt plus a Moment would be worth it? Yeah, probably. I think dragging the curve down in this deck's probably a good idea a little bit. I think while you don't necessarily need 2 mana creatures, I think having 4 Moment of Craving to the 75 is probably a good idea. I actually already talked about that. So, I talked about that, Psycho. So if they don't adapt and I kill it at end of turn, they then adapt it in response to me mortifying it, and they get another 2/2. So by doing it on my turn, I guarantee that I'm able to get what I want out of it. It just seems like a flexible card, Romeo. Alright. I'm doing this in Dawn of Hope. Smack him for 3. Yeah, I'll stack up the Fish Lizard too, why not? Why not? How long have we been doing Black White Needles for? We just started with Angels about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I agree. Having more modal spells in the Jeskai deck seems awesome. Yeah, I plan to run a little bit late tonight. If we keep at a pretty decent viewer count, I might run another one after Land D even. Depends on who else is on. All right, so they have this. I think I'm just gonna exile that and smack him for 5. You're playing red-white goblins. I don't think so. There aren't really the red-white decks and like black-green decks, like those decks kind of already have all the tools they're going to have. Because though the colors that those decks are were supported by the last set, they'll likely get more tools in the next set, because the next set's going to contain cards from all the guilds. So, I think this is a Tocatli Honor Guard matchup, because they have an Explorer package in addition to Frilled Mystic. It also turns off Zagana drawing a card, which is sweet. Do I want Moment of Craving? I think I do for cheap removal. I'm gonna trim these Consecrate consumes. It's probably fine. They have like some counter spells in their deck, but they're Frilled Mystics. Like Duress doesn't really do everything there. Nexus feels unwinnable. I don't know. We're something like 2-2 against it on stream. It seems fine. I love you and I hate you getting me back into standard. Rip my wallet, keep the content coming. Thanks, and ice for the 8 months. I appreciate the 2/3 of a year. 2 more months until I get a horse. Moving up in the world. Thanks for the 22, Jace. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. For Bant Flash, sounds good, Romeo. Thanks for the biddies. As always, if you donate any dollars or cheer any bits on the stream, for 100 bits or more, $1 more, you can always name a deck that's in the queue to move up a little bit sooner. The people that support my content get to dictate what we play and when we play it. Everything here is pretty viewer focused. I've not seen any Jeskai turns decks. Let's see, it needs a third land, but our land count's pretty high and we're on the draw, so pretty likely to have that happen. The standard format is awesome. It's the best format of Magic I've ever played. So many different things going on. Unfortunately, I can't do that, Cloud, because I have to backtrack it for everybody. Ding, 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 ding. Also, like, at the end of the day, if you really want to beat the Nexus decks, a mid-range deck without counterspells probably isn't the best way to go about it. An aggressive deck with counterspells is how you beat it up. I think I just want to go History of Benalia here. This adds bodies over the next couple turns. If my opponent, like, plays out their second Growth Chamber Guardian here, I could just Mortify it on my untap and play a tap land. And then my 2 Knights trade with their Growth Chamber already in play. Puts us in an okay spot. Yeah, no blocks. Yep. The problem with the reset button in a matchup like this is that my opponent has counter spells, so you can't really hold it until an opportune time, which makes the sequencing really poor. I really agree, darling dearest. Could not agree more. I'm super excited for ranked best of 3 to hit at the end of the month. Binding could be okay. I can see that. Happen. Do you like the Kaya's Wrath in the sideboard of this deck, Brewski? I really wasn't impressed with that card in the configuration of Black-White Angels I'd been playing. And, like, albeit the configuration I've played is a little bit lower to the ground, but I'm gonna go ahead and attack with this. They shouldn't have any removal. If they have removal, it's like Vivian and I'll make tokens. I guess they could incongruity this and make a 3/3, but I'm fine with that. No worries, Psycho. I'm trying to think where this deck would want the Kaya's Wrath, and I'm really coming up short. It's great as a 2-for-1 against other high hate decks, like green-black, like the Explorer packages. Hey, Arson, welcome to a live one. It's good to have you here. I think I just Contempt here. If they draw a Planeswalker, I have flying pressure to get it out of the game, so I'll just be resource efficient here while I close the game out. We are going to blow some lands up in about an hour and a half. Like to draw a land here. Perfect. So now I can Mortify plus Bloodfast. Is Kaya's Wrath that good against mono red? Like, Moment of Craving tends to be much better against mono red in my experience. Hey, Hit Leo, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. As I sit here eating one of my 48 Neo bars, watching some great magical analysis, I can't help but appreciate the awesome content. I love and respect what you do. I come from a different competitive game, Smash was once one of the best in the world before family and military obligations. I definitely like your route. Well, thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. Thanks for checking out the sponsors. Neo bars are good stuff. Yeah, Wrath is reasonable and good. Honestly, I wonder if Wrath is better than Cry. Because Cry is cheaper against the red decks, and it just destroys some of these random, like, Mardu things that exist in the format, like the random Judith decks. Yeah, Cry is better against the random Adanto decks. I'm gonna leave back these tokens, just in case my opponent can kill my Lyra, so I don't have to take a big hit here. If you want to turn off the animations, you could install Magic Online. I mean, they have sleep, but like, hey, live by the blade with a very generous tier 3 sub. I really appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed. I mean, the fact that they're putting me to 3 here flips my Bloodfast. That's not good game in the slightest. So I get to do this. If I sack the Lyra, I get to make an angel. I could also sack Seraph of the Scales to just make some blockers, which is probably better, right? I'd probably rather sack Seraph to make blockers, because Lyra giving my angel tokens up, and sacking this won't make me a token, though. I need to gain 5 or more. Squid Squad with the sub gift to Rooney. Thank you very much for the support. Yeah, if I wait, I can play around another sleep. No, you gain equal to the sacrifice creature stuffness.
I didn't live through hell to lose to you.
I didn't live through hell to lose to you. Alright, so I have to let this die because just gaining 4 doesn't keep me alive. However, if I gain 4 plus get 2 blockers, I do live. Live, done it, live! So before blockers, we use this. Go up to 7. Block this, take 6, go to 1. Oh. One wet thought, please. One of your finest wet thoughts, please. So Lyra is gonna kill Vivian and put me back to 6. I'll play Seraph of the Scales as a 5-power lifelinking blocker.
Is a new beginning.
Huh. Do I play Seraph? Or do I'm probably just supposed to go double history, right? I think I'm actually supposed to just double history here. Because double history means I'm not dead to a removal spell. Whereas if I Seraph of the Scales, I'm dead to... I guess I'm not dead to Vivian and their other only removal spell. No, there's merit for both of those there. That makes combat more complicated. We're not dead to Hadana's Climb. We've got 2 blockers right here that fly. Seraph puts you dead to them killing Lyra. Good call. Yeah, we can't play around sleep, so there's no point mentioning it. The opponent's deck is sweet. The opponent's deck actually looks pretty close to something I tweeted out last night. I actually used dealer's choice points to throw it in the queues. Are we playing it on stream at some point? The opponent's deck is probably something close to this, although I didn't have sleep in my 75, which seems sweet. So they're gonna save one of their 3/2s here by pumping it with this. These will pop off. I'll play a Seraph of the Scales. They'll lose one of their things. I'll get 2/2/2s. I'll gain another 5 from hitting them with this. 4 liras is a lot of liras. That conveniently puts me to a health total. I'm not dead to any single one of their attackers powered up by this. So even if they deal with Seraph, we're okay. And I have gained 5 on command by sacrificing Lyra. Finally caught up with the uploads after the pre-release craziness. Please don't do that again. I do what I can. Well, the exile removal doesn't matter, because if they try to exile my thing, I'll sacrifice it and make 2 1/1 flyings. Arguel's Bloodfast here is just being completely excellent. So I'm gonna block here, give this Death Touch. I think they're just dead on board, and this is just like a throwaway attack, basically. Thanks, RD Crew. Thanks for the support, and thanks for dropping in. Yeah, Bloodfast has been very impressive. Oh, yeah, I should tap this and leave this up, obviously. Listen, chat, for those of you who are new, we believe in personal accountability on this stream. It's not the auto tapper's fault that I was lazy and I let it tap the temple. Don't blame your tool because you made a mistake. I tapped the wrong land. The auto tapper's just doing its best to get by. I hit my thumb with the hammer. Darn you, hammer. Why are you so mean to me, hammer? Alright, let's gain 5. I think I'd rather gain 5 than have a 3/3. The best mythic rare from RNA, probably Croesus. That card's been sweet. We got plenty more where that came from. Got liras on liras on liras. Man, they are putting up a fight. The top of their deck's been real hot.
Sometimes restoration means retribution.
Retribution. Remember when we were saying 4 liras might be too many? Nah, dog. Always want more liras. I think I need to kill Vivian here because I don't want them to be able to find an explore creature and gain life with this. What's going on, PVC? Is it the team? Oh, jeez. They get to, oh no. What a horrible mistake I've made. Mistakes were made, chat. The defensive temple.
Lessons written in skin.
Yeah, I should have attacked with this too. Let's see if that comes back to bite us. That could be the thing that lets this slip away. If we draw another brick and they hit some live ones here, this could slip on us for sure. Yep. And they're up to 7 here, which means Lyra plus a token are no longer lethal. Yikes! Oh, jeez. Well, that snowballed. That one little miss basically cost the entire game. Opponent played this really well. Yeah, I think that's another consideration too. I think maybe I should have kept keeping the 3/3 instead of gaining 5 could have been better too. And like, you know, at the end of the day, there's two ways you can look at games like this, right? Like you could say, oh, I'm unlucky, I drew 2 lands in a row while they drew a spell, or you could actually take a step back and think critically about what happened and be like, oh, I made a bad attack here, I could have taken a 3/3 instead of gaining 5. Like, I had a lot of meaningful decisions in this game, and it's very easy to focus on the little bit of bad beats that happened at the very end, as opposed to going, okay, let's take a step back and assess what actually happened. I don't know if I want this card or not. I'm just gonna leave it. I really don't like this card. Dakamus, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Self-reflection. It's the worst. Self-reflection requires you to look back and go like, maybe I was wrong. I love you, chat, with the 2-month Prime sub. Occasionally, I don't mind chat. They've got some good ideas every once in a while. Profane Procession. That card sounds sweet. That card was really powerful when we tried it. In the past. Yeah, this is a viewer submitted build. I hate Reflect this while I'm playing RDW. Yeah, the Living End deck from this morning was really good. If you like Modern, you definitely want to make sure you go back and watch that. The Electro Dominance Living End was fantastic. Yeah, the guild gates give us more consistency in our colors. So like, this is a deck that's trying to play white and black spells by 4. So you should read Frank Karsten's Mana Math article talking about the number of colored sources your deck needs. Well, if you like Modern, Excel Magic is the only way to watch that, unfortunately. You know, Guildgate and Forsaken Sanctuary are functionally the same. This article, there you go, on Channel Fireball is kind of like the mana Bible of sorts. The go-to, this is how you should build your mana bases. Opponent stumbling a little bit here. There are some Gates Matters cards, technically. But at the end of the day, for most decks, it's no different. I love 4 Power Angels for 4. Thunk. Don't mind if it does. Let's just close this out in a couple turns in the air. Yes, yeah, this is the list I had labeled as black-white control earlier. I was looking at it more and figured I should just call it Angels, because that's basically what it is. I assume that one's going away while they dig for lands. That one too. This does mean we're not going to be able to race them, which sucks. Ooh, JK. JK, LOL. The old 20-point swing. Elevator going up. This card is very good. It's very reminiscent of Lingering Souls, right? Like this card that like gets you value twice. And like the front half is bigger, which is sweet too. Okay, that is... Sleep is kind of the king of racing. Yeah, Black-White Angel is great. We've played Iterations Archetype a few times now, and I'm definitely a fan of it overall. I think I'm going to push the sideboard around a small bit here. I think I want one more moment in the main too, just to like drag the curve down a little bit. I think I'm going to put the 4th Mortify in the sideboard. I'm going to put the 4th Craving in here too. I am Volpert. Thank you for the 10-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Put one more moment in here. I think this is fine. I'm gonna give the Kaya's Wrath a little bit. I'm not actually. I'm a liar. I want to put some Cries in here. I think the decks I want sweepers against, I'd rather have Cry. Profane's pretty sweet. Some Cries seem excellent. Profane seems sweet. I like this card against like Jeskai control and stuff like that too. So, get this updated on the stream decker and dive into another match. What deck do you use? Scott Leonar Guard. Scott Leonar Guard is good against red aggro. It's also very, very good against the Wild Growth Walker decks. So like the deck we were just playing against, I boarded in the Takalis. I feel like this is keepable. Thanks for dropping in, Simeric. Hope you're having a good Thursday. I feel like this deck's just keeping a bunch of hands that don't do anything till 3. How many enchantment to transform lands are there out there? A lot. I really don't like Ethereal Absolution. I think that card's kind of a trap. This looks like Allie's Nexus deck. Go ahead and cycle this. Alright, this is about as aggro as we can get. And I think this is definitely a matchup where we're going to struggle compared to the slightly more aggressively slanted Black-White Angels that we played in the past. I think even the Angel build that has Tithe Taker and even the build with Tithe Taker and Adonto Vanguard's a little bit too slow in these matchups sometimes. I think without the 2 drops we're just gonna get, they're gonna combo before we can race them most of the time. If you want your control deck to be good against Nexus, you generally have to have counter spells. Nexus of Fate is a replacement effect. It is not a triggered ability. Very common misconception. So if this is Allie's build, they're going to have access to Frilled Mystic. So that's a card I'd like to be playing around, ideally. Yeah, if you look at the end of the video that we played the deck in, you're going to find my suggestions for an updated list. I also posted in my subs Discord, the Modern channel. It'll be up on YouTube tonight. Shimmer Gloom with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Welcome. All right, I'm going to upkeep Mortify this. And I'm going to get stupid Frilled Mystic and cry. Yep. Oh, I could eat Chem to bait Mystic. That's a good suggestion. Well, I get to eat Chems now at least. But yeah, I definitely should have done this first to bait the Mystic. I agree with that suggestion. Pumadi, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I'm not going to be taking Nexus decks for just $10 anymore. It's probably going to be only for larger donations, Equinix. They're just really tedious to click through. Every once in a while is fine, but I think we'll get too many of them if I take them for a $10 donation still. All right. Do you have a fog? Do. I'm tempted to donate to less skilled streamers for Nexus to watch it lose. Whatever gets your jollies off. Yeah, I think so, Chalky. There's just too many of them. I think even with requiring more money, they're still going to get submitted on occasion. There's a couple of the big spenders that like Nexus decks. Yeah, we've played Esper Amulet. There's a video of it up on the website. The deck list is updated. Any UI, UX improvements on my wish list? Yeah, I would like to be able to resize the panels in the deck editor by dragging them around like you can in Magic Online. And I would like there to be a max X button for when you are playing an X spell. I'm gonna concede to a Nexus here because we're dead. Yeah, this match is probably impossible. Where can you see the deck? Where can you see the deck queue? You can find it on my website here, jeffhoagland.com, or bit.ly/deck queue for short. Got a couple of these. I've got these. I've got this. This is not a Dawn of Hope matchup. Arguel's Bloodfast is fine here. Consecrate's like whatever. Eldest Reborn is slow and clunky. Malorus, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Resolve Stack button would be nice. I agree with that. Always yield, always yes. Options would be nice as well. So small list of things. Tecatli does stop Frilled Mystic, and Vraska's Contempt is kind of medium, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna do that. Like, it's also like attacks for one over and over again. This probably gets in 3 to 4 points of damage most games if we play it on 2. Do you have a general wildcard usage guide? No, not really. I'd recommend starting with the rare lands, though, because the rare lands are gonna go into basically every deck in those colors. Sure. They had mana to cast the Mystic on my turn, Koals. Going late tonight? I am planning to run late this evening. Doing at least one more deck, maybe 2. And I play like, you know, we go through, God, that Quench feels terrible. I guess I have to take that. They don't have green mana. We play like 5 to 6 decks a day, so like there's 60 decks in my queue right now, but I'm here every day of the week playing 5 to 6 decks a day, so like that's only like, the deck queue is only like 2 weeks out at this point. And that doesn't account for like random running late and weekend streams and stuff like that. Usually I do at least 1 stream a weekend. Yeah, you can find my personal favorites on my website. I updated all the standard lists on my website last week. Sunday I updated them all. Thank you for the command, Lyridex. Packs are actually only $1 each, too. Packs are $1 each when you buy the largest gem set. Sleeper cards? I don't know about sleeper cards, but you can read about my favorite cards in the new set in my article on Cool Stuff Inc. here. That published yesterday. I went to sleep and Jeff was streaming, woke up and he's still streaming. Well, I do a long stint. We've been live for almost 7 hours, so that probably means you didn't sleep for very long. Alright, I mean, this hand's really good. It's got a discard spell into History of Benalia. It's like as good as our hands get in this matchup, I think. An untapped land there is great, because it means I can go Duress to Cotley History. Did they keep a 1-land 7 on the play? Sure. That's true. It could be a really long sleep, but they went to sleep yesterday while I was streaming and just woke up. It's gotta be more than 1K a day if you're not playing events, because there hasn't been 10 days, like the set released 7 days ago, and like I have how much gold? I have 11,500 gold, which that's all since I spent all my stuff when the set released. My favorite deck with new cards in it, probably something Grohl. Or the Black-White Angels deck is pretty good too. Sit down and throw a sweater on. It's a little bit cold in the basement sometimes. Any merit turning Discovery Dispersal in the 2 slot? Maybe? I don't know, I feel like so many of your cards in this archetype are just good that you're just like happy to have cards that don't really need the selection. I think Matt tested Discovery and said he wasn't very happy with it. And I'd be inclined to believe that. Seems sweet. Sign me up. Oh. Yay, mono opponents who don't have lands. Womp womp. The chair I have now is pretty mediocre. Not particularly happy with it. It's funny, I was actually looking into getting a racer because other people I've talked to have like always say good things about Racer, and then they just pulled it down there in the scroller. They're one of the Tempo Storm sponsors, so I'm actually getting a Tempo Storm branded Racer on the house, which is sweet. So I'll have feedback on the Racer chair before long. I think I'm supposed to get in about 2 weeks. They were a little bit backed up, they said. Do I have to link this account with your website to view the VODs I get with the subscription? No, so after, the only reason my Twitch VODs are sub only is to encourage people to check out my YouTube page if they want to watch the archives. So everything that I stream ends up on my YouTube channel, and on my YouTube channel I break it all up by deck. So the stuff that's embedded in my website are YouTube videos that are all free for everyone. One black source, please. Yikes. Yeah, Discord's a chat service. If you've never seen it before, they do text and voice channels. The subs Discord server is just text. If you link your Discord account and your Twitch account following the directions here from your desktop computer, you'll be able to see the sub server automatically. Yeah, the price of gems is $99 in the US, and I actually didn't get charged tax last time I bought gems. It was a flat $99. I know nothing about free-to-play. Right. When I want a card on Magic Arena, I get out my credit card and I cut him a check. Is that how that works? Credit card, cut a check? I think I mixed metaphors there, but you know, you probably figured it out. Alright, we did. Duress is great. The fact that they're bringing in the silly little goblin probably means I want these Mortifies, actually. I'm gonna cut the Cravings because Mortify can kill the goblin and it kills their enchantments. Eldest Reborn's a little mediocre if they're playing that card. Consecrate doesn't do a whole lot here. Ixalan's Binding seems fine. Maybe one Reborn is okay. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I think they're just Jeskai control, Aaron. I'm not going to board this card in against Jeskai control. If we had, like, some indication they were something other than Jeskai control. But... we've played Mardu aggro. That's Aristocrat E. I don't know if that qualifies.
On schedule.
Have another negate. Brutal. Alpa, if your Twitch account's already linked to your Discord account, you need to open your connections tab on your desktop Discord.
Hurry.
because you'll see my server in there and you click the join button. So now that I'm done chewing, I would like to take a moment and reflect on that match that we just played. It's very easy to write off as our opponent had it all, or they got lucky and we had nothing. But the thing you need to remember about games of Magic that you play is you always make a decision when you're playing a match of Magic. You decide what deck you're registering. That matchup against a blue-based control deck, that Jeskai deck, is a place where having Adanto Vanguards and Tithe Takers, like the smaller version of Black-White Angels that we played in the past and is on my website, are very good. Having access to cards that come down before the opponent can deploy counterspells is a big deal. And a card like Tithe Taker not only gets under counterspells, but makes all their future counterspells much worse against us, because it makes them more expensive. If you write off every loss that you have to variance, you're never going to give yourself the ability to improve, because if it's never your fault, there's nothing you can change to get better. My Contempt timing there sucked. I should have played the Contempt when they targeted something with this. Now they're gonna get to flip that. I'm gonna feel bad. Although this is sweet. Consume your Crisis, make a 4/4. Chat is so calm today, I miss using Mysore. You should have heard us earlier today, Dows. We definitely had a political fragging. Thanks for the 20 months, welcome back. Alright, nice graces. Alright, green-black stuff. Meat Morsel with the brand new Prime Sport. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I think I want the Procession. Definitely want this Tocatli. Moment of Craving's a little mediocre. I dislike Eldest Reborn in this matchup because they have so many medium creatures they don't mind sacrificing. Adanto is unplayable against mono red. You should definitely board it out. It's very bad there. No, Tocatli does not impact the Crisis at all. I'm gonna trim a Lyra, actually. This card just eats a Doomblade a lot of the time, eats a removal spell, and then, like, you're sad, and, like, lose tempo. To a degree, like, the opponent's deck a lot of the time, like, if they know Eldest Reborn's there, they're gonna hold bad cards, and, like, a lot of the time their hand just gets empty, which makes it awkward. How do you play best of 3? When you open your arena window in the upper right-hand corner, there's a slider that enables all game modes. Hey, JQ, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. So I drew on my own turn there at sorcery speed, because if I drew into a Tecatli honor guard, I wanted to be able to play it out. Guess who's back? Back again. Jeff is back. Tell a friend. Alrighty. I don't think I really care about this. I think we're just gonna keep killing their stuff. A whole year, I'm ready and willing to defend chat against the crazies. The capitalist pig. Thank you for the 12 months. Welcome back. I knight the defender of the realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. I didn't play Dawn because I want to draw a card with Bloodfast. I can become one with the stream. That's a scotch unfortunate after I burned 2 contempts. 1 contempt.
Much more reliable.
Feels bad, man.
My newest friend.
Easy game. Easy game, easy life, chat. Never didn't have it. Hopefully they play a giant Graces out next turn, and then we get to eat it like the hungry boy that we are. So they have to shoot this. This kills her. Ooh, don't mind if it does.
Not again.
Not again. Good night, Vivian. Yeah, Bloodfast has just been completely absurd this game. Awesome, chat. Yeah, we've been trying different configurations. Like, if you want to, if you're someone who wishes Jund was good in Modern, this is probably the standard deck for you. Please play Frilled Mystic. I'm not gonna attack with the Cotley Honor Guard here because I don't want to trade it for Frilled Mystic if they have a blocker. Just Contempt, sure. We'll see him draw 2, gain 2 here off of 5/5. Yeah, makes sense. I love the animation on this card, the little gills that moves over. Who's hungry? I know I am. Kill your creature, pay 2 life, draw a card. What's the standard deck for you if you wish Kiki Cord was good in Modern? Temur Vanafear, duh. We have a birthing pod creature in this format. Get on it. You can find my preferred Temur Vanafear list on my website. Arguel's Bloodfast has just been a really impressive card. We have 2 of those on the board of the other build of Black-White Angels, and they're really good whenever we board them in. As a vegetarian, am I allowed to cast Consume? Asking the real questions. Would I rate this deck as tier 1? I don't know. How do you define tier 1? Tiers in Magic are like mostly made up and not based on any actual data, so I'm usually hesitant to define anything as anything. I think this deck's playable. I think it's playing a bunch of good cards. Yeah, the Dawn of Hopes have been kind of underwhelming. I agree with that sentiment. This card's not been very good. This deck just, like, does so much with its mana because it's got so much beef in it that, like, this card doesn't have a lot left over. Have you considered making tiers for Standard as your Modern list? No. Standard just changes too much. All the decks on my website I think are reasonably competitive. How competitive? I don't know. I'm a vegetarian because I don't like how meat tastes. Yikes. I don't put decks I think are bad on my website. If we play a deck and it starts to feel like it's not competitive, I pull it off. So, I think all of the decks on my website are competitive. I don't believe in arbitrary power ratings with small sample sizes. Like, the Modern decks are broken up into power level ratings, loose, very loose. And let me say that they're super loose for 2 reasons. One, there's like 50 Modern decks on my website, so I had to group them in some manner that kind of made sense. And 2, I've played a ton of games of Modern with most of those decks. Far more than I played with most of these Standard decks. And Modern's a more concrete format. We don't know what's good in the Standard format. It just started. So like any grouping that I'm doing for this format would just be me making stuff up because people want arbitrary numbers attached to BS. Which I don't think is a constructive use of time. I do my best not to lie to people. And like me making stuff up feels like lying. Eldest Reborn's real bad. Extra Moment's probably fine. Ixalan's Binding might be okay. This is definitely a matchup where I wish I had more Sweepers. Maybe we should have a 3rd copy of that in the board. I think we're gonna cut these Dawn of Hopes for the last match. We're gonna finish this one up and probably play one more with this deck before we move along to Land Destruction. And I think I want to cut these Fountain of Hopes. Yeah, I agree, Paul Poop Probe. But tell me it's tier 1 so I feel good building it. I don't know, you think you're gonna have fun playing it? Then build it. If you build it, they will come. Wavy. Wavy. Jeff's rankings are so loose they need a belt to stay on the website. That's accurate. Can confirm. I agree, Kara, and what I'm saying is, if I, someone who's played 90% more standard than most of these people, think I don't have enough data to rank things, most people probably don't have enough data to rank things. So that's my point. I'm not saying I'm not ranking things because I'm smarter than you. I'm saying even with my vast amounts of experience, I've played this format for like 60 hours already, I have no idea what's tier 1 or tier 2 or whatever. Genuinely don't. I'm telling you that if a deck is on my website, it's because I think it's competitive as it's structured. Cyrez, thank you very much for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. If you're looking for hot takes, this is not a spike channel. This is like Magic hot takes. I only have hot takes on things like treating other people with respect and decency. Those are the hottest takes you'll find here. No blocks here, because these are going to be 4-3s when this pops off in a second. The nuclear take of respect other people, regardless of what they look like or where they come from. Weird. Man, that's good. Do you think our opponent's gonna learn from their history lesson? Arena sorts the decks on the collection page at random. It reshuffles them every turn. Are we done here? What are we doing? I guess they could have like March into March. Which third color would you recommend I move into in your Golgari deck? Because red's pissing you off. If your goal is to beat the mono red deck, you shouldn't be playing best of one. Oh yeah, they could have Settle the Wreckage here, right? Who's got 2 thumbs and is ready to lose to Settle the Wreckage? This guy right here. Survey says. Yeah, as I say, I agree. This looks like March. So, this March is Fog here. Best of 1 means that you only play 1 game of Magic. You play 1 game of Magic and then you move on. What we're playing right here with sideboards is referred to as best of 3. You have to win 2 games in order to win over your opponent. Listen, 1 is not dead, okay? I actually really like the opponent's blocks there. I don't know, I think we're gonna crush them under the weight of these 3 History of Benalias, but playing to hit their out there seems reasonable. I guess they could power up their Resplendent Angel here and like hit us for 5, gain 5, make a 4/4. Doesn't seem unreasonable. Does that leave them dead though? That leaves them dead, right? Yeah. I think without a Settle the Wreckage, they're pretty gone here. Yeah, I don't think here. You usually don't have, like, we had triple history on the play. There's really not a lot they could do there. I'm gonna cut Moment of Craving and bring in my second Ixalan's Binding, since they have Resplendent Angels also. Seems pretty reasonable. I think they did the best they could with what they had. It's one of the upsides to playing History of Benalia. Sometimes you just run them over. Do I raise my kids vegetarian? No, my kids are 3 and 5. If they eat anything that isn't a potato chip or a saltine cracker, I am flipping ecstatic as a parent. Please, please, for the love of God, eat a piece of bacon or turkey or ham. Just eat something with protein in it. Listen, all of the other parents out there likely know what I'm talking about, okay? 2 months until I gain first strike. I've been watching since I last caught you live, but still watching every day on YouTube. Congrats on the new house. Thanks for stopping in, and thank you for the very generous tier 3 sub, Frankie. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, Christy's an omnivore. If anything, me being a vegetarian annoys Christy. Because it limits the things she can cook when we eat together. If they have a March here, we're basically dead unless we rip our sweeper. We got 2 cries. I think I want a 3rd cry. We're gonna play one more match after this, and I'm gonna cut these Arguel's Bloodfast and slide a couple of things around, and then add at least a 3rd cry to the board. Ketchup phase, all right. I mean, ketchup phase isn't too bad, right? Because a lot of times you can get them to eat like semi-reasonable things so long as they're covered in ketchup. Woof, Convoke is good. So it's funny, Burgle, we were shopping for appliances, and there were some really neat, like there's fridges that connect to your Wi-Fi, and you can like pull up the inside of the fridge on your phone, and there were like fancy new stoves, and Christy's like, could we get new kitchen appliances at some point? And I was like, why would we upgrade our kitchen? Neither of us ever cook. So she's on a cooking bender currently to prove that she will use the kitchen if we get new appliances. So we cut a deal where if she cooks a certain number of meals and uses the kitchen, we can upgrade the kitchen at some point. But I was like, you don't have to cook, but like if we're gonna buy new kitchen stuff, it needs to get used, right? Like, I don't care, but like if you want a new kitchen, we need to actually use it. It's really a win-win. She made these awesome little sandwiches in the oven the other night with like this glaze over the top that were fantastic. Sounds like a deal to me. What's going on, Gazelle? Thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. Like I said, I don't care if she cooks one way or the other. I just don't want to spend money on something we're not going to use. Alright, cry. I want another cry. The Dawn of Hopes were just like super, super mediocre. I don't know what else I want. Honestly, is this card main deckable? I think this card might be main deckable, right? It doesn't kill any of our creatures. Yeah, when we lived at the old house, we ate out a good deal, and we also ate, like, frozen meals and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like, I don't count, like, putting bread and stuff on as like, cooking, right? I think that seems fine. Like, if you hit one of these in the game, the decks that it's good against, like, you win on the spot. So like having a couple of them seems good. And I don't really eat during the day. During the day, I just snack. I eat like pretzels and bars and stuff like that. We've got one more match with this deck, and then we're moving on to red-white land destruction. What do I want? I want one more card in here. I was gonna max out on the cries. Let's just do it. Let's just max the cries. I have the 4th Mortify in the sideboard already. So let's play one more with this, then we'll move along. Look at that, bumped up to 2,500 people. Thanks everybody for dropping in today. Hope you're having a great Thursday wherever you're at. I'm gonna play at least one more. If we keep a good audience going, I think I'm gonna play one more after Land Destruction. What's in the queue? After Land Destruction is Teamer Counters. Oh, that deck seems sweet. Everybody keeps jumping over Teamer Counters with other donations, so... Oh, yeah, this is... Yeah, we're definitely gonna play. We're gonna play Teamer Counters if we... Well, they don't get how you Americans to go through life without cooking. Well, like... I didn't realize there were 3 Guildgates in this deck. This is fine on the play, though. Like, you know, take any given day here, right? Like, you know, if I stream for 8 to 10 hours, and then I work 2 hours past that, and then, like, I hang out with the kids for 4 hours, I sleep for 7 to 8, that's, like, the entire day. Yeah, it's tough. A lot of the times when we cook, we get like a couple meals out of it too, right? Like when Christy made sandwiches in the oven the other night, she like made a bunch of them, and then I ate sandwiches for like the next couple days after. In fact, I think there's still a couple up there. Probably eat some more of those tonight. Finish them off. We played any 1,000-Year Storm? We have not. Charter Cores could be Jeskai Drakes. Add these babies to Jund audience. I'm sure it'll be straight jank. Sounds good, Steve. I think we should be getting to that one tomorrow. Since there's the open this weekend, and I'm going to stream a little bit late tonight, I might go late tomorrow too, and then take Saturday and Sunday off. Might take 2 whole days off in a row. I haven't played Drake's post RNA. We do have a Terramander build around submission in my deck queue, and I think I'm gonna just build 12 Drakes. This card's really good. She's just fantastic. Yeah, the open this weekend is all standard. So I'm looking forward to watching the open, which is great. A lot of times I'll have that playing in the background while I'm hanging out with the kids. Lyra having first strike here is really insane, so unless they have like Shock plus Lava Coil, they're gonna have a hard time with her game 1. Is there a good 6-mana Angel in Standard? There is not, I don't believe. However, Angel of Grace is another good 5-mana Angel if you want more Angels than what this deck is playing. I mean, Angel of Grace is the next best one in these colors. SCG has a pretty close-knit series of casters. They don't really bring more people in. You know the commentators for this weekend? I really hope it's Patrick Sullivan and Cedric so their numbers kill it. If I'm gonna spend a bunch of time watching the Open, I hope it's Sullivan and Cedric. Let's give this Vigilance and attack with both here. It's the old casual 20-point swing. Sweet, awesome. Yeah, this weekend should be sweet then. Not only is the format awesome, but like Brian, Jerry, and then Cedric and Patrick, like they're best casting teams most likely. I think I like just attacking in here and then like playing another angel out as opposed to trying to play a removal spell and getting blown out by a dive down. Watching paper magic is taxing. I agree with that assessment. Wow, brutal. Okay, well I definitely thought we were more ahead than this. I could have consumed. Yeah, maybe I just should have consumed there. That's a good thing to point out. We're still ahead at the moment, but we're far less ahead than we were a second ago. Expansion is sweet in their deck. I haven't seen that in Drakes before. I wonder if they're playing Control and just happen to have some Enigma Drakes. Anyone who doesn't think Magic Arena and digital Magic isn't the future of Magic coverage, I think just really isn't paying attention. Like, even, in my opinion, even Magic Online is easier to watch and follow than paper Magic, and that's saying something, right? Because Magic Online is not great. Oh man, I punted. I should have gone consume into this. I wasn't thinking about drawing this for the turn. Uh-oh. Yeah, alright, alright. Enjoy the sponsors for 30 seconds. Let's restart. Domo more gatto, Mr. Roboto. Do 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 do. All those folks are great. Check them out. Back to your regularly scheduled arena. Yeah, I definitely would. So two pretty sizable mistakes. They're both with consume. Arena was not pleased with the punt. Yikes! Yikes! Just mono mistakes. It's fine. We'll draw more threats, I promise. Look at the mana base in this deck. I feel like we probably have too much white. I don't know. 8, 19. Sure. Yeah, when cards are coin flips in paper, usually you just roll a die and say even odd. My first audio goof last night, it randomly had a buzzing noise in the background. I turned the FX off, and the cards didn't just make noise. Rebooting fixed it. Weird. Black, white Bob Rosses. Happy accidents. Yeah, I agree. In the build of Black, White Angels that's on my site, we have 2 memorials in the mana base, and I've been really happy with that. Alrighty, elevator going up. Do I play around Spell Pierce here? Nah. Are we gonna get to Red White Landers today? We 100% are. I'm gonna run late tonight, Chef. I'm gonna run a little bit late tonight and tomorrow night, and then I'm gonna take this weekend off. Yikes. Yeah, the deck definitely could have won this game. I am probably not capable of winning it though. I think we're gonna end up dead. Are the deck lists on my website ordered in any particular way? Alphabetically. To identify cards and fields. Deckmaster is fully open source. You can find it on GitHub. It's not a machine learning thing. So there's an application running on the computer, on my computer, that reads an output log file from Magic Arena and then uploads the information to Twitch. We are very far behind at the moment. Yeah, holding one land to bluff is fine. Never hold two, but one is fine. Yeah, all the standard decks on my website are updated. I don't think there's any RNA cards that go into Pirates, which is why I didn't update them. Hey, Sven. Hope things are going well with you. So we've got the old 3-turn clock on the Cracklings right here. They've got 20 cards left in their deck. It's a shame we never drew Bloodfast this game, huh? Bloodfast would just bury them. Magic Life has been great. They just released a new set. It's one of their best in years. That gives this lifelink. The old 36-point swing. NBD. Yikes. Well, I mean, this is like technically Time Walk, right? Nom. Yeah, I think this standard took the Guilds of Rav standard and just like added more decks to it. This is best of 3. Yes, we're gonna have a chance to make up for my mistakes here. I mean, if we draw another Consume, I think I have one more Consume in my deck. All right. So you're saying there's a chance? Take a chance on me. Yeah, I agree. That's a good way to put it. With just guilds, it felt like we were missing things. Like, well, we were missing Shocklands, and now it's just complete. There are 15 cards left in their deck. All right, they just kept one, so I assume this is dying. Nope, just drawing 2 more. Okay. Arguel's Breakfast. I mean, there's a chance they can't kill this. They have Dive Down. This is a Dive Down, right? And like getting a Dive Down out of their hand here is good because it means drawing a removal spell is potentially live. So this is definitely a block. Opponent has had any Shocks or Lava Coils in their deck so far. Looking for another Lyra or a Consume here. That's a good one. All right. I will survive. Hey, hey. Do 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 beep 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 do 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 do. Oh no! Is that their? They have like one lava coil in their deck. Is like the only lava coil they're playing. Wow, what a tilt. What a game. That was good, you know, I tried my best to lose and we did. They did play a shock, but they didn't play it. They hadn't played a lava coil. Duress is probably good. Profane Procession is real good here. This card is great. I think this is all I want to do. Is it crazy to trim a couple of Resplendent Angels, just be more controlling? Can I do this? I think I'm going to do this. Like, 1 or 2 Angels is fine once I have a bunch of mana, but, like, it doesn't block the Drakes profitably. And Duress to, like, punch through their dive down to their spell pierces seems much better. Now, I like Benalia. I don't want to cut this. Benalia turns into 4/3s, which can attack into the Drakes. Can you have too much rule? I don't think so. Like, we came very close to just decking them out that game, right? Like, they're probably down to, like, 1 or 2 threats at most. Do you have an opinion on shuffling technique? Yeah, just riffle shuffle. If I had my shuffling deck here, I would show you. You did grab that from the other house this weekend. The 4/3 does not gain Indestructible. That's not one of its modes. It gains Vigilance or Death Touch. Grabs go bags, yep. Good stuff. Yeah, nice Draken. Yeah, binding is also good here. Like I said, I think this matchup is favorable for us. I made 2 pretty critical errors in that first game, and we still almost pulled it out. Sometimes this darn skill-based game catches up with you and you lose because you made mistakes. It's the worst. I bottomed Benalia because I needed to draw a 3rd land. And a 4th land, really. My deck wants it like its first 5 to 6 land drops most games. The arena team currently has no announced plans of supporting mobile. I think there's at least 1 too many guild gates. My build of Black White Angels plays 3 tap plans. I think this build could do it just 2. Add these to Simic Climb, please. Also, tune/tweak the sideboard before you play it since you played another climb list. Will do. Thanks for the support, RoboSnake8. No, I'm probably just going to fire this off at most things. Although I guess if they play Drakes, I'll prioritize playing these first. Although binding that is pretty appealing. So there's ups and downs to doing this now and doing it later. By doing it now, I'm playing around Negate. By doing it later, I tie up one of their mana through the rest of the turn. I let on Mortify rather than Contempt or Ixalan's binding there because the 1 mana they were holding up does represent Spell Pierce in addition to Dive Down. So Mortify, obviously all 3 of them lose to Dive Down, but Mortify beats Spell Pierce in the situation we're in. Yikes. Probably dead here. That's unfortunate considering I messed up the first game. Won't get a game 3. If this doesn't work, we'll concede. Alright, genuinely surprised that that worked. To be fair, Frumbles, they likely know what Twitch is. It was funny, so one of the daycare teachers asked Christy what I do for a living, and she was like, she always hates that question because she hates explaining it to people, and then she goes, wait, you're 20-something, you probably know what Twitch is, and he goes, yeah, of course I know what Twitch is. She goes, he streams on Twitch. I was like, how much longer until land destruction? We're gonna play land destruction after this match. It was funny, when I was spending a bunch of time traveling around the country to play paper Magic, she always just told people I played poker. It's like, what does your husband do? He plays poker, he plays cards. Good games, opponent. I don't know that I had a lot I could do in the second game, but the first game I had 2 really critical decision points that ended up making the wrong choice and that they cost me. As far as, like, this build goes, I wasn't a huge fan of the mana base. I think not having the Memorial to Follies really puts you in, like, awkward spots in some places. And honestly, I really just wish I had more pressure. I think there's probably merit to main decking Arguel's Bloodfast because this card's so great and we have so much incidental life gain. But I think not having cards like Adanto Vanguard and Tithe Taker makes a lot of places pretty difficult for this archetype that felt really reasonable with the other one. I definitely think our control matchup against things like Jeskai and Esper control gets significantly worse when we don't have efficient threats to pressure the table early. Yeah, because the curve is so high, it's very difficult to double spell. Agree with that. This card, however, just continues to impress me in every iteration of Black White Angels. Like, this card it's very, very reasonable. Alright, let's update the title here. We're gonna do teamer counters after Red White Land Destruction. So we're gonna go for another 3 hours or so. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you're having a